Hi, this is DG Dino from Jinxie Games, and this is a tutorial about displaying a score using sprites and arrays. First, I will show you my arrays, and I have my numbers here, my sprites, and I'm starting from 0 because the index starts also from 0, and I want to match my numbers. So in element 0 I have 0, element 1 I have 1, and all the way down to 9. The way you can make an array with sprites is, I'll show you quickly. So make an array, okay, array, and add, then object, and I'm looking for Unity engine and sprite. Then I set my size to 10, and then I can drag and drop in my sprites. So that's how you can make an array with sprites. Then I have my objects here, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and these match to the positions for my score. Okay, now on the first state I have a wait function, and on the next state I have an int add to my score. This is just for showing how the score works, and let's set this to 0 first. And so this is just to have a score, and just for the purpose of this tutorial I'm using this. Now when I have a score, I can convert the int into a string, and I will store this into a score string variable. And then I'm getting the string length. So if my score is 3, for example, my score length is going to be 1. If my score is going to be 32, my score length will be 2. And if my score is 1000 something, I'm going to have a score length of 4, and so on and so on. And I'm storing this in the score length variable. Then I have a set int value for the current object. I will show you later why I have this. And next I have a custom action called Iterate. This is to loop things. And on the tutorial wiki you can find a tutorial explaining what Iterate does. So you can check that out if you don't know how to use it. I'm starting from my score length. So if my score length would be 3, so if my score would be like 200 something, I would have a score length of 3. And then I'm gonna loop from 3 down to 1. So loop 3 to 1, and then it's done. And I'm storing this in an index variable. I'm storing the current index, and then I'm using an int operator, and I subtract 1 from the index, and I store this in the current index. Then I'm getting the substring. The reason I do this subtract 1, because let's say my string length is 3, and I want to get the substring. The index value from a substring also starts with 0, and 0 would be the first position, and 1 is the second position, and 2 is the third position. So if I would have a length of 3 and I did not subtract 1, I'm gonna get from position 3, and I need to get it from 2. That's why I need to subtract. You can play around with that so you can see yourself. And so when I get this value, I only get the string length of 1, because I only need one character. And I'm gonna store this in the string value. Then the string value I'm gonna convert into an int, and then I'm gonna have my single number from that position. When I have that number, I can use my array get to get my first position, and that's position 0, and I'm using here this current object. After that, I'm using an int add 1, and so after I have position 0, I added 1, so the next time when I come back, I'm gonna have position 1, and then 2, 3, and 4. This is so I can place the numbers on the right positions. And when all the numbers are done, I come back here, and then I have my set int value to 0 here for my current object variable. So I can start back again from 0. That's why I have this one here. Okay. And after I did that, so I got my object position. Then I'm gonna get my image, and I'm gonna store this image into an image variable, and I'm getting this image from this index number is the int value which I got here. So I got this string number, let's say my score is 5, so the substring is going to be 5 and the int value is going to be 5. So I'm getting my image from element 5 or index 5. Then I'm using the UGUI image set sprite because I'm using this inside the canvas. You can also use this in 2D. So that depends on how you use this system. And even 3D, this can work also with 3D. So anything goes. After I have set my first number, I'm gonna go back here, and so if there is more than one digit, it's gonna loop again and do the same thing, but for the second position and third and fourth until it's finished. When that's done, it's gonna loop again until all is done, and I will press play. And as you can see, my score is going up each time it loops. And when I start my score with 900, and maybe speed up this a bit. And you can see now it reaches 1000 and will go even higher in digits if you set it up with more digits. And that's it for this tutorial. You can find a sample file on my website, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. You can ask them here or on the forum. Also feel free to donate any amount so I can make more of these tutorials, and thank you for watching.